currently in building 34, also known as Eagle 11. Bill Ray was in here this week with some labor-ready guys, as well as their own guys. Got all this stuff cleaned out. Last week we saw a lot of debris in here. Obviously hard to see with just a flashlight. But we got some doors opened and working so we can get a little bit more light in here. The section's in pretty good shape. Obviously we have not attacked any of the pipe or asbestos. Again, very little asbestos, but still we have not attacked any of that yet. He's better to see this week areas that are supposed to be opened up for the parking garage. We do have a couple large lifts here, which is questionable on whether we keep these, let these stay exposed. So that's on the table right now. Quite a bit of steel. This track runs front to back of this building. There's actually two of them, so they're pretty sizable. Again, over this section over here, we still have more to take out. But they made some pretty good progress. We have a full dumpster there, some more debris ready to get thrown away. Unit heaters, shelving. And then again, this wall, this brick wall that you see, that's also slated for opening up. Another section on the first floor. This is part of actually building 36. I mean, they're all connected and will be connected once we open up. This area here we looked at last week is the elevator, which is the entrance. But all the debris, or 90% of the debris, has been cleaned up. Again, no pipe has been cut or asbestos removed. I'm on the second floor of building 6 and 34. Right there we see the elevator, the top part of the elevator. Still quite a bit of debris in here. This was chock full. So they did make a good bite into it. But there's quite a bit more to take out. We have a different floor elevation, which we'll have to address back here. These are very low ceilings in the area above Eagle 11. Opened up some of these windows that had fans in them in order to get some light through. This area also is chock full of stuff. But basically we pulled in some dumpsters onto Eagle Street, which is blocked off for the work that they're doing down the other end. We're able to get over off this fire escape and throw the stuff down, load the dumpsters up. It's a big ductwork. Needs to be broken down, taken out. Obviously, a lot of pipe. But again, they had 19 guys one day, then they dropped to 15, then back to 19 again. So they keep that pace. This part is in pretty good shape on the schedule. They're falling behind in a couple other areas. Meeting with David this morning on get a game plan to keep as close to the schedule as we possibly can and not get sidelined. But as far as demo and debris cleanup in this part of the project, they're doing pretty well. I'm out on the Eagle Street side of Building 10, taking a look at the bridge here and down below where we looked at before, where the water meter pit existing is. All that paperwork went off to Mike DeNoble, Providence Water. He responded that he wanted a larger backflow preventer. Brian Flynn has responded to me asking for a set up a meeting with myself and Mike What Providence Water is asking for is basically going to cost us about $2,000 rather than what we propose is a few hundred. And from what Brian's telling me, that's more than sufficient. So we're trying to set that meeting up. Mike has gotten back to me that he's looking at his schedule. Should hear shortly on when we can get together and iron this out. Other than that, the enclosure and all the associated pipe is not a problem. So as soon as we can get that ironed out, we will have temporary water on site. On the first floor, building 5, guys have dropped all the sheetrock down onto the floor. Right now they're in the process of cleaning that all up. It's probably about a quarter of the way done cleaning that up right now. We did get a larger lift into the courtyard where the ceiling is higher on the other side of this wall. I won't go over there. It's just too dark, and they cut the pipe over there to wrap that up. The intention is get that ready. Sandblast. They are sandblasting right now on the second floor. That began on Wednesday afternoon. A little bit behind schedule, but again, it's a couple of these things looks like they're going to be able to catch back up and meeting with Bill. I believe I said that earlier. Meet with Bill Ray today to talk about our plan to keep tight with the schedule. So anyway, that courtyard, once they get that big pipe out, they've got the larger lift, they want to drop in, sandblast that courtyard. That way they can continue on in the building and they can rip that roof off without any plastic material getting outside the buildings, keep it contained. And these brick-in windows will do that. And there's only a couple that have openings that can be plastered off when we sandblast the first floor. Given at that time the roof will be off and the courtyard will open up. I'm on the third floor of building 5. You see a pile of blasting sand. We've got another pile on the 4th floor. We had the vac trailer dropped off on Tuesday about noontime. They tried it out for a little short period of time at the end of the day on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it has not been used, but the intention is to get this thing pumped up, sucked out in the next couple days. Again, that's behind schedule. I had it scheduled in for Tuesday for one day to take out 3rd floor, 4th floor. The trailer got here late, so they will get this done. It'll be a couple days behind schedule, but at that point it'll be done. So we're just pushing forward, trying to keep them on this schedule. Always seems to be a small delay for one reason or another. Down the end of this floor is a stairway that the guys are working on right now to take out, which only connects the 2nd and 3rd floor. Sandblasting in here, again, all done on the corridors, and they are, like I said, on the 2nd floor sandblasting now. On the 3rd floor of building 7, basically it's a connector between building 10 and building 5. They did get the demo done. This had some asbestos on it that was removed. We talked about that last week. It looked like this was some type of refrigeration room at one time. It had some fairly thick walls. It was basically a cork. If you could see that, it's kind of hard to see the dust on it, but that's a cork filling, and then it was skinned with a cementous material, and then another layer of that. So it made quite a mess. Believe it or not, they took a lot of stuff out of here already, and there's still quite a bit to come out. But it definitely opened up this unit here. This is facing east. Actually, if we looked through that window right there, you can't see with the light coming through, but there's building 12 on the other side, which is the one that's coming down. We back away, and the intention on the plan is that the corridor comes through that brick area right there. I think it will probably shift it over to the existing opening, but we're going to blast this. Well, we have blasted all this anyway, just to make sure, depending on where we slide it, be all set. Walking down into building 10. Again, got sandblasting in the stairways. They did finally finish this third floor all the way down. You can see down the end is plastic to contain any sand when they were sandblasting, because that's the area that's opened up for the floor repair. That has just stopped. So we really got to get back on that. The demo was 90% complete, and then no more work has been done on it. So that needs to get done, because there is an area on the ceiling of the fourth floor above that was not accessible to sandblast because of the floor being in such disrepair. So we get that finished, we can finish that up, and then move on down. On the third floor of building 8. Originally, the original plan that I had was a double-loaded corridor. You barely see it, but this was painted out for the guys in orange. And unfortunately, before they started sandblasting, we got the updated plan, which brings the corridor over here, as you can see, painted in green, so they didn't get confused. And that's gotten all sandblasted. This whole area is done. It runs right through a brick opening here. Slated on the plan for removal. However, we could open this up, header this off. That becomes part of the corridor. And as we move around the doors here, this area on the plan bumps out for electric room right in this area. So we should be able to utilize this opening here. It goes into the electric room, and this opening here, which goes into one of the units. They've got this all sandblasted up in here. We have a floor in here on the third floor, and then it's wide open to the roof. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to frame in a floor here. For obvious reasons, that's the fourth floor, in order to carry that corridor through. But again, a lot less work than taking all this brick down. All of these elevator shaft doors, anything that's open there, are all screwed shut, so nobody can open them up. Obviously, there's going to be some roof work up there. As you can see, daylight coming right through. It looks like glass from here, but it's not. There's a metal grid, and then you can see the daylight's coming through basically the roofing boards. I'm still on the third floor of building 8, and right now we're looking through. Since the sandblasting is done, we're able to pull this plastic down off the windows, and you get a pretty good view of the light monitor that's in building 9, where we've got the 3-level units going. Basically, that boarded up area is the light monitor. You see your EDPM membrane pitching down towards this building. That's some interior roof drains to pick up that water.